Right now, you're losing something you will never get back. Be honest. How many of you checked your phone in the last 10 minutes? It's okay. You can admit it, because I know I sure have. Just don't go check, right? That's what we all think. I pick up my phone for what feels like a minute, and suddenly, it's an hour later. I don't remember what I watched, just that an hour of my life is suddenly gone. The scary part is that this happens every day, and we don't even question it, because we think we have time. We treat time like a renewable source, and it's not just with technology. We save our talent, our courage, our words, assuming there will always be another moment more worthy of it. I've experienced this myself, as I have spent most of my life waiting. As a child, I had a drawer full of stickers I thought were too pretty to use. I told myself I'd use them when the moment was special enough. I had a favorite pair of shoes, but barely wore them, afraid of wasting them on something ordinary. So I waited. For Friday, for summer vacation, for next year, living as if life were something scheduled to begin later, waiting for the perfect moment to use my favorite things. But the perfect moment never came. Psychologists call this the illusion of permanence, the belief that life will wait for us while we postpone it. But what we don't see is that time is the only currency we'll never earn back. Once a moment passes, it is gone. Today, waiting has become easier than ever. On platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, time dissolves, and what feel like minutes can turn into hours. Your attention is the most valuable thing you'll ever give away, and every day, somebody is trying to get it. Politicians, advertisers, friends and family, even me. When we tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow, we'll create later, and we'll take risks when we feel ready, the feed keeps refreshing, our attention gets stolen by social media, and life gets stuck on an endless cycle of waiting for when the right time arrives. And the amount of time we spend on social media isn't entirely our fault. The design is intentional. Quick bursts of dopamine keep us coming back, even when we didn't plan to. Studies have shown that features like infinite scroll are specifically designed to remove natural stopping cues, so there's no legitimate moment to end the loop. Studies have also found that people who spend more time scrolling often report to higher levels of anxiety, stress, and depressive symptoms, because the more we scroll, the less we participate. By watching just 2 hours on your phone every day, you're spending nearly 7 years of your life on a screen. Neuroscientists also warn that constant exposure to fast, highly stimulating content actively changes how our brains work. Each swipe delivers a quick reward, and our brains start to expect that same level of stimulation all the time. Because of this, slower, more demanding activities like reading, studying, or even holding a conversation can start to feel boring and difficult. This doesn't mean our ability to focus disappears, but it becomes harder to use, making it harder to tolerate boredom, stay present, or think deeply without constant stimulation. This effect isn't limited to one age group. It affects people of all generations. Whether it's children, teenagers, or adults, the brain responds in similar ways to constant, high-speed stimulation. Though younger individuals may be especially vulnerable, since their brains are still developing and forming long-term habits, including me and my sister. When most mental activity is passive and low effort, key cognitive skills can begin to weaken. Memory, focus, and critical thinking rely heavily on active use, and without that, they gradually decline. The brain strengthens what it practices, so if it's constantly trained on quick, effortless consumption and instant rewards, it becomes less efficient at sustained attention and deeper thinking. In other words, social media is not just stealing our time, it's also changing how we think, for the worse. And to be clear, social media isn't inherently bad. I mean, it can teach us, connect us, expose us to new ideas. It even taught me English. But like anything powerful, it depends on how we use it. When used intentionally, it can add to your life, but when used mindlessly, it takes from it. And over time, it starts to shape how we see everything. On social media, we get used to seeing perfect, lives, moments, and edited versions of reality. Without noticing, we start measuring our own lives against something that was never real to begin with. And what's real suddenly doesn't feel like enough. We start wanting everything we see, the lifestyle, clothes, items, and that constant wanting can quickly turn into overconsumption. Always chasing the next best thing, always wanting more, but never feeling like what we have is enough. And while all this is happening, we're still waiting. Waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting for our lives to look like the ones on our screens. But that moment never comes, because life is not happening on your phone, it's happening in the moments you're not truly present for. One day, you'll realize that a large part of your life was spent watching somebody else's. This is where leadership begins. not with power, titles, but with awareness. Because today, leadership is not about leading others, it's about leading yourself in a world constantly trying to take your attention from you. Leadership is the moment you realize you're consumed. You're the product of internet. It is shaping you, your attention, your habits, your sense of time. And in that moment of clarity, you're given a choice to keep scrolling or to stop, reclaim your attention, and instead of mindless scrolling, do something that adds value to your life. Read a book, take a walk, call a friend, meditate. Every time you reach for your phone, ask yourself, am I consuming or am I being consumed? Because there is no perfect version of yourself waiting for you in the future. And there is no suddenly ready and fearless. There's only now. One day, I opened that drawer again, the one full of my prettiest stickers, and realized that the colors had faded. Some of them weren't even sticky anymore. One day, I realized I had outgrown my favorite pair of shoes without only ever getting to wear them once. And that was the moment I realized I didn't save them. I lost the chance to use them. So don't wait for the right time, because it's never coming. There's no perfect moment, only this one. And right now, as you sit here, as you listen, you're losing something that you will never get back. So if not now, when? Thank you for your time.